February 10th, 9:39 a.m., District Court, Different Lobby Number 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We are now here in day 2 of the trial of Iris. And it's actually been a few days since I last recorded, so I honestly don't remember much about the last 2 videos, although we did learn that Misty Faye is the real name of our victim. At least her name was just a pen name. But her real name is Misty Faye, the mother of Maya Faye and the aunt of Pearl. So, today is this is a 3-part trial, so I'm going to see if I can do at least half of this part in maybe 45 minutes or so. I don't think I can do it in just 3 videos. There'll be at least 4. So let's get going. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself? Morning, Pearls. Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya. I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be in the inner temple. She's required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth, what's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with her prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Francisca Valcarmer, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot? Francisca is engaged in some important work in the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can always see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of it all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I found myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold into someone else, then, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. So glad Edris is on our side. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Denim? No, Miss Misty Faye. Is the impossible fight Larry claims to have seen? And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. It appears we are back to a gray-haired judge. Why is he sweating? Your Honor? What are you... Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be sending in for him. I see, Your Honor. So the brothers, that explains a lot. Yeah, who would have thought? They're actually brothers. I'm not sure how that works because the blonde one is Canadian and this one is clearly not Canadian. My poor brother, he looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you just said when you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris, why didn't you discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Denim? No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it. What? Order in the court. Order! Witness, are you saying that you were an accomplice in the murder? Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Ha! Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that, in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? That Godot. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Iris' testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? I was just covering for someone? Nah, no, I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been at Hasakuwa Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hasakuwa Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Shrine tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? Yes, and that's why I would duty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Shrine channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey. Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, trite. She's a naming Maya? Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer. I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw him commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Maya can never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. But I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. The real murderer. I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So it was in self-defense? Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that I never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. I was even admitted it. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, let's see if we can tear this apart. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh? And at least Nim tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Fey? Yes, exactly. Ha! You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Do you have a problem with that testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? There is one thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But this witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now, let's continue. I have a problem with that.
Objection!
Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Mr. Nim's throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with the staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Nim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she had already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say?
Objection!
That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present some evidence to back its argument. Mr. Wright? I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Nim would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. I believe we present her, profile here.
Take that!
Elise Nim would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Nim. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No. Not Missy Fey. Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Nim actually the great mystic Misty? There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one that she hadn't seen in 17 years? Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seems natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yes, it was just one little impossible thing. Ha! You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Did you investigate the pine tree in the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. I don't see a pine tree here. When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 18th cup of morning coffee. Didn't you say it was your 8th of just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I ordered that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, give this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. Dagger added to the court record. Found behind the tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now. Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Cute girls never lie. Ever. In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court. About what, Your Honor? About the incident you just saw. The battle between the two women. Yes, Your Honor. The battle. Miss Maya was stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mr. Elise's next attack with a stolen weapon. Suddenly, Mr. Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mr. Maya stabbed Mr. Elise. Mr. Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed. That was a very heartbreaking story. I don't know if there was any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Missy's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore. That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. This is actually pretty easy. So according to Iris, she was stabbed from the front. However, according to this, she was stabbed in the back.
Objection!
Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has been sprouted from your testimony. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Ha! It's simple. People all like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? Is that all you have to say? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Objection!
Can you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There's certainly always some inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Well, you really can concentrate on what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself. The witness was quite unambiguous about your own ambiguities. Man, that word is a mouthful. Ambiguous and ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light? By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, that's true. Shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Yes, that's an eliminating fact, has traced all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that look in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite? No! Order! Here, Your Honor, let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe we'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Stone lantern added to the court record. A lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern. There's something written on it. Why? It's written in blood. Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet? Written in blood? It says Maya upside down. What the? Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been riding that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body. It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern is as clear as a whistle. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something like to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Now, Mr. Godot, anything further? He's pretty upset by the looks of it. Mr. Godot? Okay then, let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Miss Denim was killed by Maya Fey. That's just wrong. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all yours. Sister Iris' cover-up. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the crime tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way to across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hasakura Temple and... I used the Shishito to alter the way the moon looked. She removed the body. Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fey clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Denim was actually Missy Fey. I've committed a terrible sin. A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but you were spotted by the head nun, correct? Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back. Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. In the snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to the Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? If you really did move your body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Oh yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. but I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still following my left Hazakura temple. I see. Snow was still following, huh? And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there were only such fresh-looking tracks. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? I think it's very important. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense to argue second against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like the statement that I was just made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with the case? Or will it be made clear if you allow her statement to be made added to the record? Ha! This should be fun. You, let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Let's see here. Where's that weather report? Okay.
Objection!
What? That makes no sense. Maybe this is the right one.
Objection!
What? Okay.
Objection!
There we go. You claim that the storm had already stopped when the murder occurred. I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed the ski bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had it caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? But it can't. It can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No! Order. The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. You have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of the least in them was discovered in the Hatsukura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, Witness that I was desecrating at least Dunham's body. He makes a good point, on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Objection!
You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling me us now that your memory on the night is hazy?
Objection!
There's only human to err. If you're so perfect, trite, maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. I was assuming you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Ugh. No, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge. But unless they can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ah! Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the storm still falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or you're saying that there is a way to cross the burning bridge? So it's just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken in the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Clearly it would be impossible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition. Dusky Bridge photo added to the court record, taken the morning after the crime. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And mine will be accused of murder. Trite. I'm only going to say this one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. What? Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Okay. Well, this is I think we can contradict the testimony with this picture. Well, it appears to be odd. Let's see what we can do with this one.
Objection!
A dead body flying over a burning bridge? I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, We have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't check out here. I've got to keep on attacking. Go, go, go. Mr. Elise Denim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Maurice Denim. Brilliant? Highly gifted? Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha! Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with the sketch? Upside down? Why did Godot say that? Alright then, let's hear the defendant's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whisker Fate is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Louis Denim is exactly what happened, I believe. Oh. Actually, it's a contradiction. Something that was obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Maurice Denim stated it over and over. That this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we were to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? Ha! This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Trite. So what exactly contradicts the reality as we know it? I believe either one of these wires will do the trick.
Take that!
Is this wire connected to the bridge? The wire? Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Hang on. This one, I believe.
Take that!
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes, now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In this sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, to be Jehoshaphat, the wires are below the guard wires. What? Order. This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Maurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Maurice was doing when he witnessed this event. He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder out what sort of position Maurice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? I can't see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! Ugh, no way. Maurice Dunham witnessed the events while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. So then, the schedule should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to do Louise Dunham's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum. Whoa, ridiculous! Order, order, order!
Objection!
Of all the things to say. A pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found in the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And the pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope to at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead.
Objection!
The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation for your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? Well, body fell 10 feet after the death. I think either one of these two would actually work, so I'm going to present the crystal sphere.
Take that!
What do you think, Mr. Godot? I think Mr. Triton is lucky there's no rope around here. Huh? Even like just a sliver of rope, I'd be wrapping the nice and tight around his neck. I should have figured I'm not going to win. Uh-oh, this one with a lucky guess. What happened? Okay. There's no evidence the party was swung like a pendulum after all. Wait, that's the only possible way the body could have gone across. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. Okay. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm presenting the wrong thing. The crystal sphere comes later. Look at this book right here. This has to be correct. If I get this wrong, I have to start all over again. So, I really hope this is right. And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. This is one of the wires from the bridge. When lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspended wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Lim's body. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Ha. Mr. Godot? Okay, I'm sorry to have to do this now, but I need to stop the video because I'm already almost an hour and I need to get this, I'm going to save it now while I have a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and I'll begin recording the next video immediately after I end the video now, here. So, until next time everyone, I'm sorry to have to do this end this on a cliffhanger, but this leaves another half hour to go before the end of this part, so I'm just going to end the video now. So anyway, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.